Good day, everyone. We are here to discuss a topic within the field of operations management. Specifically, we will delve into capacity planning, process selection, and facility layout. But before we begin, let us formally introduce ourselves. Hi, my name is Christine Junior Sol, together with my co-reporters, Miss Karen Nacional, Julian Basanal, Genesis Gabion, Kyle Vincent Gomez, and Miss Jocelyn Danyo. And here is our learning objectives. It is to explore the process selection and facility layout designs that optimize production workflows and resource utilization. Capacity. Amount of output a system is capable of achieving over a specific period of time. So, ang capacity, mao ni ang maximum output nga makaya sa usa ka system or organization or even machine sa usa ka specific nga time. It also means na kung pila ang ma-produce o ma-service sa usa ka business. Like for an example, there is a car manufacturing plant and makaproduce ni siya og 100 kasakyanan kada adlaw. Mao nang ilang capacity sa pagproduce under optimal conditions. It also helps sa mga business nga ma-understand ang ilang production limits ug maka-plan accordingly. Next is the capacity planning. Capacity planning is central to the long-term success of an organization. So, ang capacity planning, it is very important daw para sa long-term success sa usa ka organization kay makahelp ni siya pag-plan if naisakto na mga resources para ma-meet ang demand without doing o pagsayang-sayang sa mga resources. So, there are two levels of capacity plans, which is ang long-term capacity plans and short-term capacity plans. Long-term capacity plans deals with investments in a new facilities and equipments covering the requirements for at least 2 years into the future. So, mga dako ni siya nga desisyon ang na-involve diri. Like, pag-build og bagong factory or pagpalit sa mga additional machinery. For example, ang usa ka technology company kay ga-expect sila og taas nga demand sa bagong phone. So, by doing that, dapat mo-invest sila sa bagong manufacturing facilities para makamit sila pohon sa mga future production needs. Next is the short-term capacity plans, focusing on workforce size, overtime budgets, inventories, and etc. This means para ma-meet ang production goals sa short term. Again, I'll be given an example. Let us say na ang retail store magdugang sila og oras sa ilang mga employees during holiday season. So, gibuhat na siya para makahandle og mas daghan nga customers. So, mo na gitawag nga short-term capacity planning. Next is the capacity planning, a long-term strategic decision that establishes a firm's overall level resources. So, nag-determine ni siya sa resource level sa usa ka company. Like, nag-need ni siya og strategic thinking sa goals and resources sa company para maka-make sure nga efficient ang every operations. So, there are 3 major capacity decisions, and these are: first is how much capacity to be installed, when to increase capacity, and how much to increase. So, let us tackle first ang how much capacity to be installed. So, diri na part, it is a decision kung unsa kadako ang facilities or resources ang dapat ma-meet sa expected nga gi-demand. Next is when to increase capacity. So, it is also a decision of when to expand sama sa mga peak seasons o kung naay consistent nga growth sa usa ka organization. And lastly is how much to increase. Decision pud ni kung pila ang i-add nga capacity, whether you decide to hire new employees or add some new production lines para mo increase ang output. And for the next slide, we will be discussing sa mga types of capacity. First is the production capacity. the maximum output that can possibly be attained. So this is the maximum rate nga kaya sa usa ka company na mag-produce og goods o mag-provide og services sulod sa usa ka specific time frame. Like makaproduce ka og kanang 500 ka bread sa isa ka adlaw, mao nang iyang production capacity. Second is the design capacity, the maximum output given a product mix, scheduling difficulties, machine maintenance, and quality factors. So mao ni ang maximum output nga gidesign para makaya sa facility under ideal circumstances. Like for example, naay usa ka coffee machine nya maka-brew siya og 200 cups per day in theory. Mao na ang iyang design capacity. Pero usually ang real conditions kay maka-reduce ana ang number. Third is the effective capacity, the maximum output that a facility can achieve under ideal conditions. Diri pod mao ni ang realistic nga output considering sa mga factors sama sa product variety, maintenance sa makina, quality standards o availability sa staff. And lastly, maximum capacity, the maximum output that a facility can achieve under ideal conditions, also known as peak. This is also known as a peak capacity. Mao ni ang absolute maximum nga makaya sa usa ka facility under perfect uninterrupted conditions. Example, ang usa ka call center makadawat siya og 1,000 katawag per hour kung tanan operators kay working at full speed and walay break. Mao ni ang maximum capacity. Pero din siya usually sustainable sa long term. So, mao ra na, and may I call for the next reporter? Thank you.
Good day everyone, I'm National Karen and I'm here to discuss about the determinants of effective capacity. So many decisions about design of the production system and operation of the production system have an impact on capacity. So the first one is the facilities. So facilities this refers to physical space, equipment and layout of workplace. This is talking about a physical store, things, and also sa a place kung about sa work. Kani siya is also naka-affect sa siya kung unsa kadaghan ang inyong buhaton. So the second one is the product and service. So product and service is the design and nature of the products of the services offered. So kani siya is a mga simple product na dali buhaton kaysa sa mga komplikado. So the third one is the process. So the way work is organized and carried out. So kani siya is kung unsa ang pinakamaayo og nindot na proseso sa pahimong imong output. So the fourth one is the human resources. So the skills and training and motivation of the workforce. So kani siya is kanang mga motivate na mga ginabuhat na pwede makagawa og kanang mas taas pa. So the operations, so day-to-day management of the activities including scheduling, inventory and quality control. So kani siya is maayo gyud pagplano og pagsigurado na hapsa jud ang tanan. So the sixth one is the external forces. So the factors outside the company's control like the economy regulation or supply chain. So kani siya is kanang mga pagkulang sa mga materyales na para makapahinay ganyan sa mga production. So yeah, so next slide is the economies and these economies of scale. So the first one is the economy scale. So economy scale is the concept which states that the average unit cost of a product can be reduced or by increase the rate output. So the second one is the base operating level. So the annual output which result in the least average unit cost. So the third one is the economies of scale. So above a certain level of output, additional volume of output increasing average unit cost. So this phenomenon is referred to as diseconomies of scale. So the next slide is the developing capacity alternatives. So enhancing the capacity management, the following approach to capacity alternatives could be improved, developed, designing flexibility into the system. Second is the differentiating between new and mature product or services. So the third one is the taking a big picture approach to capacity changes. Fourth, preparing to deal with chunks of capacity. And the last one is the attempting to smooth out capacity requirements. So that's all of my topics. So next reporter.
I am Julian Basanal, and let's continue to the process selection and facilities layout. Process selection is the process of deciding how to produce goods or services. So it's a key part of operations management and can have a significant impact of an organization. Kaning process selection mo siya ang process or proseso sa pagpili kung unsang pamaagi ang angay gamiton aron ma-produce ang mga produkto o kanang serbisyo nga imong ginhatag. So usa siya sa pinaka-importante nga bahin sa operations management ug dako gyud kini siya og epekto sa kalampusan sa organization. So ang saktong pagpili sa proseso kay makatabang siya sa pag-improve sa operasyon, also sa saktong maka-sure jud ka kung pila imong magasto dili ka mataka og provide ay pagawas sa imong kwarta ug also makasiguro pud ka nga matubag or matubad nimo ang pagpanghingnan sa imong mga customer. So now let's talk about the image nga akong gi-insert dira sa atong PPT. So ang kanang y-axis mo na siya ang variety. So it indicates the level of product variety moving from high to low. So ang high variety refers to customized products, while low variety indicates standardized products. So ang x-axis mao po na siya ang volume, makita dira. So it represents the production volume increasing from left to right. So ang low volume mo nag-refers na siya to unique or small batch of production. While ang high volume, so it indicates mass or continuous production. Let's talk about the project sa. So yung position sa graph is high siya on variety and low siya sa volume. So the project process is designed for one-of-a-kind products or services. So such as constructing buildings, bridges, or creating custom software. So each project is unique and highly customized, so requiring specialized resources and detailed planning. Production is usually low volume because every product is a standalone creation. So flexibility and innovation are critical to meeting specific client requirements. Now let's talk about the second, which is the job shop production process. So ang iya position diha sa graph, diba, makita kayang high siya sa variety while low to medium siya sa volume. So job shop processes are suitable for customized small batch production. So they involve highly skilled workers and versatile equipment to produce items tailored to specific customer needs, such as custom furniture or machine parts. Job shops emphasize flexibility and are structured to handle different tasks, making them kanang efficient for producing high variety but low volume goods. Third is the batch production process. So iyang position sa graph kay kan medium iyang variety while medium sa volume. So batch production is used when products are manufactured in groups or batches. So it strikes a balance between flexibility and efficiency. So examples is include ang kanang mga baked goods, clothing, or pharmaceuticals. So while not as customizable as job shop processes, Batch production allows moderate variety with a focus on efficiency for group production. Next, fourth is the mass production process. So, yung position sa graph is low ang yung variety while high siya sa volume. So, mass production is ideal for large-scale production of standardized products. So, ang example niya is kanang mga cars, kanang mga consumer electronics. So, it uses assembly lines to achieve efficiency and consistency, so reducing cost per unit. So, processes are repetitive and structured, focusing on in uniformity and high output rather than customization. Lastly is the continuous flow process. So, ang iyang position dyan sa graph is very low siya sa variety while very high volume siya. So, continuous flow processes are designed for uninterrupted production of highly standardized items such as kanang mga chemicals, oil, or kanang electricity. So, automation is heavily used to maintain consistency and minimize manual intervention. So, kaning nga process is angay ni siya sa mga industries where demand is constant and downtime would result in significant losses. So that's all for my report. Thank you.
So now, let's talk about process strategies. So there are three key aspects of process strategy, which is the make or buy decisions, capital intensity, and the last is the process flexibility. First is the make or buy decisions, the extent to which an organization will produce goods or provide in-house as opposed to relying on an outside organization to produce or provide them. And the second is the capital intensity. The mix of equipment and labor will be used by the government. And the third is the process of flexibility, the degree to which the system can be adjusted to changes in processing requirements due to such as changes in product or service design, changes in volume, process, and changes in technology. So in process strategy, so there are adjust to changes. First is the technology, volume, and the design. So now, let's proceed to the process of types. First, continuous processing. So in processing, so there repetitive processing. So mo siya na bilang sa continuous processing is balik-balik siya mong nakaingon sa repetitive processing. The second is intermittent processing. So nadiri ang batch processing and job shop. So the last is automation. So automation is involved in machinery and the technology, which is the computer-aided manufacturing, numerically controlled machines, robot, manufacturing cell, and the last is the flexible manufacturing system. And I think that's all of my report. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Calvin St. Gomez and I'm going to tackle about the facility layout. So, facility layout. Introduction. The configuration of departments, work centers, and equipment with particular emphasis on movement of work is either customers or materials through the system. So, here it explains that facility layout involves organizing departments like work centers as well as equipment within a facility in order to ensure a smooth and efficient movement of work, whether it's customers, materials, or even an information through the system. Like a well-designed layout is crucial since it minimizes delays, reduces handling costs, as well as enhances overall productivity and customer satisfaction. So here we have the facilities layout decisions. typically arise in two situations. So first, we have the designing new facilities. So designing new facilities refers when establishing a new facility, the layout must be planned from scratch to meet specific operational capacity and workflow requirements. And we have the second one is the redesigning existing facilities. So ang kaning redesigning existing facilities, it refers when adapting to changes such as increased demand, process improvements, or the introduction of new technology. Like the existing layout may need modifications to optimize efficiency and accommodate growth. So these decisions are critical to achieving operational efficiency and supporting business goals. So that's all for my report. May I call the next reporter, please? Thank you.
Hi guys, I'm Jovelyn A. Danyo and I'm going to report about the importance of layout design. So, first, it requires substantial investment of money and effort, involves long-term commitments. Third, has significant impact on cost and efficiency of short-term operations. It eliminates such causes of delays. It makes production process smooth, efficient, and controlled. And also it is to ensure better quality control, repeat orders and new customers, effective utilization of labor and space, avoids frequent changes which are difficult and costly. The last one is it established the firm's image. Next slide, please. So, the need for layout decision. First, it's inefficient operations, for example, high cost bottlenecks. Second, changes in the decision of products or services. Third, the introduction of new products or services. Accidents, safety hazards. Next is it helps to determine long-term efficiency. It establishes companies' competitive priorities in regards to capacity, process flexibility. Last one is it helps organization to achieve strategic advantage that support differentiation, low cost, and fast repose. So that's all for my topic.